What's the craziest thing you've seen happen after someone stole or cheated their way to money? My ex-co-worker, let's call him Dave, was the golden boy of our office. He always had that polished, too slick vibe, new promotion every year, drove a new car every 6 months, wore designer watches like they were plastic bands from a cereal box. He was flashy, loud, and constantly bragging about his insane investment returns. Management loved him, clients trusted him. The rest of us mostly rolled our eyes. Then one night I was working late when the CFO burst in with 2 security guys. They made a beeline for Dave's office, didn't say a word, just started boxing up his computer, desk files, and anything with a company logo. The air shifted instantly. Something was seriously wrong. Turns out, Dave had been embezzling company funds for years. Nothing massive at once, just enough skimming from client accounts to avoid detection. Small, regular transfers into layered shell accounts. He was smart about it. Too smart, honestly. He'd built the perfect illusion of wealth while stealing from the very clients who trusted him. The company wanted to avoid a scandal. They fired him quietly. No press, no cops, at least not yet. But Dave wasn't off the hook. The CEO, who had once personally mentored him, was so disgusted that he gave him an ultimatum. Repay every cent within 30 days, or the company would go straight to law enforcement. Dave panicked. Within 48 hours, the fire sales began. He listed his luxury cars for half of what he paid, sold his designer watches to pawn shops, listed his house way under market value. You could practically see the desperation in his Craigslist ads. But here's the kicker. His wife had no idea. She thought all the money, the trips, the house, the cars, came from his investment genius. She believed every lie he'd fed her. When she found out what he'd actually done, she packed a bag and left that day. No fight, no goodbye, just gone. Dave was shattered. With nowhere to go, he checked into a rundown motel just outside of town. That's where he stayed, trying to piece together the money he still owed. He started calling everyone he knew, family, friends, old co-workers, begging for loans, telling half-truths, even promising interest on investments. Most people hung up, some laughed, 1 or 2 cursed him out. Then came the twist none of us expected. 3 days after leaving him, his wife showed up at the motel, not to reconcile, but with a suitcase. Inside, nearly $200,000 in cash. She dropped it on the motel bed and handed him a pen and a manila envelope. Inside were divorce papers. "I want this signed," she said. "Now." He tried to talk, stammering apologies, but she cut him off. "This isn't for you," she said, nodding at the suitcase. "It's for the people you stole from." Turns out she'd never fully trusted his too perfect finances. Over the years, she'd quietly stashed away the majority of her own income. Separate account, cash savings, safety deposit box. She didn't know what he was up to exactly, but she'd always had a feeling. With her money, Dave was able to pay back the stolen funds, every last cent. The company kept their word and didn't press charges, but that was the end of Dave's golden life. The cars, the house, the respect, the marriage, gone. Last I heard, he's working as a night janitor in the same building where he used to have the corner office.